As the fighting in Ukraine continues, thousands of women of all ages, some even without military training, are taking up weapons and heading to the front lines to defend their country. A new op-ed entitled "Ukraine's Formidable Not-So-Secret Weapon, Women" highlights these true acts of heroism, and it reads in part, "The war in Ukraine is about many things, but certainly protecting democracy in the face of tyranny is the most important among them. Around the world where women have played a central role in that fight, democracy has been more likely to prevail. The crisis in Ukraine changes minute to minute, and the outcome is far from certain. But one thing is for sure: the strength and courage of Ukrainian women should not be overlooked or discounted. When history is written, it may just be their collective courage, strength, and power that made the difference." And joining us now, the author of that piece, Lauren Leader. She's the co-founder and CEO of All In Together, a nonpartisan women's civic and political organization. And it truly is amazing, whether it's the superhero strength of mothers, dragging children across the border, or the women staying behind.
No, and actually, we saw this morning women dropping their children off and saying, "I'm going back to fight with my husband and my son."
Yeah, it's incredible. And the contrast between the way the Ukraine has embraced women's rights and empowered women in that country since its democratization compared to what Putin has done consistently over the last decade in trying to roll back women's rights. And then you see the power that women have when they are full participants. They fought since 2018 to have full and equal rights in the Ukrainian military. They've enlisted in large numbers. That amazing video you showed earlier, the recruitment video that was from a few years ago, that showed one of the women from 2014. So it's been a consistent theme over the last number of years that women in Ukraine feel a sense of obligation and responsibility to defend their country, and they've stepped up. And my view is, just as every fight for democracy around the world has benefited from the full participation of women, it will too in Ukraine. Yeah. They make a difference.
And they're making a difference too in the sense that the Ukrainians understand the power of Russian women, and particularly Russian mothers. I mean, it's as if women are understanding women. They know how to get to the Russians, and it's through the mothers of these soldiers.
I mean, who else but a woman would think, in confronting a Russian soldier in their backyard, to pick up the phone and have them call their mothers? And actually, that kind of soft power, I mean, we talk about the military power of women taking up arms, incredibly important. They need every able-bodied person to defend the nation. But the soft power of having the insight to say, you know what, one of our tools in this warfare is the power of Russian mothers to call on their sons to come home. And I think that is just such an extraordinary example of the way women lead and the way they think about leadership. And I think it could really be an incredible differentiator in this combat.
And how extraordinary, in our lifetime, in our adult lifetime, there were debates on whether women should serve in combat in the United States and across the world. These images radically changing that, not only here, but across the world.
And it was Ukrainian women soldiers, the veterans of the early participants in the Ukrainian military, who themselves fought for the right to fight on the battlefield, to have full and equal access to all the same kinds of military roles as their male compatriots. And it's an extraordinary testament to them. And Mika's right, it's not just the women soldiers. The courage and the strength of those women trying to keep their children calm, trying to save their children in the face of this just unimaginable set of atrocities is unforgettable.
Lauren Leader, thank you so much.
Thank you, Lauren.
We so greatly
appreciate
it. A great piece, important message. Caddy, final thoughts as we wrap it up.